So it's been a long time that I've done one of these. Too long. I hope y'all are ready for some fucking bullshit. Hello my lovelies, I'm Ray and welcome back to Fanfiction Monday. Right, so you may be looking at this and thinking to yourself, Ray, it's not 2016, it's 2021. The fuck you doing reading FNAF again? And let me tell you, let me tell you, to this day, I still get comments on my FNAF videos. And so I thought, why not the first thing to get off my hiatus be another FNAF video? Because apparently y'all just love these videos. And so I'm looking forward to this one. There's just something about the way that the author presents themselves in this story, or presents your character in the story, that just makes me like this a lot. And if you know me, if you know anything about me, I am a total weeb for this bizarre stories, whether it's terrible writing, terrible concept, just terrible anything. And this one, ooh, that's gonna be a doozy. Alright, so let's just jump right into it, lovelies. Holy shit, I've already stained the glass. Well, Chapter 1, Introductions to You and Him. Look out, Freddy Fazbear, because Sarah is ready to party. You'll get that reference in a little bit, I promise. There is a reference to this. There is a reference to this. And if you get this reference, I applaud you. Anyways, continuing on. That's what you said when you headed out your house to go to your new job. You had gotten up early for once this summer. You were pretty stoked to get up and get started at your new job at the cool pizzeria. You had only recently started living on your own, though your parents were just a couple of houses away from yours. You had some talents, but you didn't know exactly what you wanted to do, so you decided working a temp job would be cool for the summer until you found something better. You thought nothing odd or strange or repulsive would ever be in your way with this job. Sadly, you were soon mistaken. Oh god. You had gotten up with a pleasant spring in your step, going to your shelves and pulling out some nice colorful clothes. You were going to a kid's pizzeria after all. There's no reason to look so professional. Another thing, you are a major fangirl. Okay. Sure, you might be, 18? But that didn't stop you from acting like a kid, when it was appropriate, of course. But still, you were never too intimidated to express what you loved, no matter who was staring. Going to the bathroom to do a quick morning shower, something you almost never did. That's nasty. Please always take a shower. Unless you mean you shower at night. But please, take a shower, filthy weeb. Anyways. You set your phone beside the sink counter and played some Phantom soundtracks you had sneakily downloaded without the use of iTunes. If there were words, you sung to it, rocking out and making a fool of yourself as you washed your hair. After you were done, you dried off and got changed, putting on one of your favorite shirts, one with a dipper caricature on it, and skin-tight gray pants with purple tears under the black-red striped shorts. I don't know... Okay. I don't know what fan that might be, but whatever. It might be summer, but you're resistant to the heat. Besides, you'd be working inside where the air conditioning might be freezing. Gravity Falls of Big Hero 6, yeah! Big Hero 6? Tight gray pants with purple tears. What? Who's the fuck? I haven't seen that movie in fucking forever. Anyways, you thought to yourself with pride, I'm gonna go all out. You brushed your hair and your teeth, singing/humming to the rest of your song. Grabbing your meow wow sweater, dipper hat, and phone, you proceeded to head out before you stopped, looking in the mirror and yelled a pleased sigh. Ah, summer break, you said happily, though on the inside you were cracking up. A time for leisure, recreation, and taking her easy. As you said this, you were walking out the door. Before you disappeared, you said, unless you're me. Fucking... Is this a sitcom, fam? This isn't a sitcom. I don't know why, there's something about this character that made me really want to read this, and like it was this portion that made me just be like, ah yes, that cringy time. And this is why I have this today. Before slamming the door and running back to your room giggling like a maniac, grabbing your awesome exclusive star-shaped purse with a smiley face, you head out into the living room and into the kitchen. Wanting to be super early, you quickly shoved 3 frozen crepes into the microwave for 3 minutes and opened your vanilla yogurt, scarfing that down so you can get ready to get those awesome crepes. After you were done, you feed and socialize before waving goodbye to all of your cats as you ran out the doorway with a goofy smile on your face. Yes, you had cats, and lots of them. Girl, how much you paying for, like, how are you paying for this like, house apartment setup? Like, I have multiple questions about the setup of this living situation. Like, how are you able to have so many fucking cats? How many fucking cats do you have? I have to have the answer to that question. How many cats, Author-chan? How many cats? I just want to know. Aside from being a new employee, you are a volunteer foster mother for kittens all across the state. You are currently fostering the 8th generation, which happens to be made up of 8 cats. 2 cats and 6 kittens, who were reported to have been abandoned in a dumpster. You were so glad you had acted quickly, taking them in before they could have been euthanized. These little guys were fortunate enough to be in your care. Thank you for telling me how many cats there were, Author-chan. Thank you. The +1 point to your grade. You skipped outside and danced towards your awesome night furry car, which happened to be a Jaguar. When you finally got your own car, you had decided you would spray paint it to have green eyes and glowing blue nose, just like Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. God, you fucking weeb! I appreciate the Toothless reference, don't get me wrong. I'm appreciating this, and I'm kinda jealous. But, like, dude, how rich are your fucking parents in this story? You got your own house, you're able to foster, like, 8 cats? You have a Jaguar? I want a Jaguar? I know you mean the car. I want both, but like, come on. Anyways, this is just totally going off the rails. It even had a mechanical tail painted in the trunk. It definitely stood out from other cars, and you were proud of it. Once inside your awesome car, you immediately turned it on and checked the radio for stations. After a few clicks and finding nothing good, you blew a raspberry while sticking your tongue out and quickly blasted the song Space Unicorn full volume from your phone instead. You've had a love for this song ever since you heard it on Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Singing along with the cute song you chose, you tore away from the driveway like it was on fire. It's not at all like that you were running late, but you were just so stoked. And you also wanted to have a good impression. That was important. Also, the fact that you were working at all excited you greatly. After all, finding a job in the summer wasn't easy because everyone was hunting for one at the same time. You were lucky to have landed a position anywhere, even if the place it was at wasn't entirely ideal. As you drove, the excitement from the morning started to wear off, and you caught yourself thinking about how you were going to present yourself. Sure, you were excited, but deep inside you were nervous. You had always had a problem with openly talking to people you didn't know well. You remember very well that your parents would always complain about you never wanting to approach anyone, not even a fast food counter to order food. I'm gonna be honest, that sentence completely threw me for a loop for like a straight minute. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. Fast good counter to order food. Something about that sentence just broke me on the inside. This entire series just breaks me on the inside every time I do it. Ever since you were a little kid, you were more shy and you hadn't made much friends, but you didn't care about being popular. The friends you did have were the best, so you literally couldn't find yourself complaining. You had a motto for these kind of friend situations. If I'm to become friends with someone, they have to prove that they will be my friend as well. A good motto if you do so yourself. I mean, that's kind of standard. I mean, if that's not how you're living your life, getting friends, then I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Also, off topic, how long is this goddamn chapter? Holy shit! Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, you caught yourself saying out loud. After your song had finished, you realized you forgot to hit the shuffle button to keep the songs coming. It was a restaurant arcade type of establishment geared towards entertaining smaller children. It hadn't been open long enough for you to know much about it, and you were far too old to be a customer without having your own kid. Not that you wanted a kid at all, of course. You already had your hands full with your real babies. Say fur babies. Your job was watching over the little terrors and making sure none of them killed each other. Basically, glorified babysitting. Murmuring with contempt, your eyes shifted off to space and remembering your interview with the managers a few days prior. So you're looking to employ me as a security guard? You asked the man at the desk who sat puffing through his thick cigar. Bitch, have you been to a job interview? No one's puffing cigars at a job interview, even the sketchy ones, alright? Like, come on. We in 20 blank. 20 blank. I'm pretty sure even, like, early 2000s, like, this wouldn't have been a thing. I don't know. That just annoyed me for some reason. But I do like the thought. I do like the aesthetic you're going for, girl. Or Author-chan. Sorry, I don't know if you're a girl. Just Author-chan. I just don't know what the fuck's happening. There's so much exposition. So much exposition. Please. For some strange reason, he reminded you of Mayor Dewey from Steven Universe. It took all of your strength not to hold your nose in disgust as the smell wafted in. He shook his head, tapping at the ends so the ashes fell into a crystal tray. In a way, yes. But since this is your first time working anywhere, I'll probably start you off as an assistant of sorts. I wouldn't expect you to do anything aggressive should something like that happen. At this, you leaned forward a bit in the chair, curious. Originally, you had been looking to be a waitress or a hostess. Was assistant even a legitimate job title? Yes. Just depends on what kind of assistant. Whatever. You held your tongue before voicing any complaints. After all, it was basically a policing job without any of the heavy responsibilities. And he knew you were more than ready for any heavier responsibilities, if any should pop up. However, you were slightly grateful someone else would be able to take care of that for you if needed. Alright then, so who will I be working with? Once your keys were pulled from the ignition, you took a deep, calming breath and wasted no further time heading inside the restaurant. Your heart was pounding with anticipation. You pushed open the doors at the entrance, immediately falling victim to sensory overload. It was incredibly cold, like you had thought, and filled with a choir of squealing kitties. Yay! Everyone's favorite. You felt a bit awkward standing there waiting for someone to approach you and point you in the right directions. You had diverted left and right while moving away from the entrance of the door, searching for anyone that might have been a worker. What you finally noticed was a glimmer of a golden badge, not unlike a policeman's. Looking at the guy, you had an uneasy feeling about him. And it wasn't just because he was covered head to toe in the color purple. Just one glance at his posture caused you to raise an eyebrow in suspicion. Was he covered head to toe in purple, or was he literally purple? I need to know if he was literally purple or just wears a lot of purple. This is important, Author-chan. I have nitpicking the weirdest things. The only thing that particularly caught your eye, besides that he was fully purple, was the high ponytail he wore. It reminded you of Sokka from one of your favorite shows, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Except that this guy was boring compared to Sokka's. This guy's what? Personality, his ponytail. Was his ponytail boring? How do you make a ponytail boring? I don't know these things. I don't exactly have a ponytail. Tell me what was boring, Author-chan. You don't know why, but you were hoping he wouldn't look in your direction. But the wearer of the badge wasn't looking at you. His head, which was a very dark shade of purple, was tilted the opposite way, slowly turning as if following something. That something turned out to be a someone. A someone with a red telephone for a head, also wearing a badge. This calls for this. This calls for. Excuse me, what? Why? Author-chan, I have 20 questions for you right now. I wish I had the time to ask all of them. But I should probably continue reading the story because, fuck, I got stuff to do today, man. I got stuff to do. He seemed a bit angry while addressing the other worker, his hands thrashing about from one direction to the next. He had quite the advantage in height, but the other man didn't seem to be visibly intimidated. In fact, you picked up on something that sounded like laughter bubbling from where he stood. You pressed your lips into a thin line. What are they talking about? I don't think that's the only question you should be asking yourself. I think you should be asking yourself, why does he have a telephone for a head? Why is he purple? Why the fuck is he purple? Why does he have a telephone for a head? I don't. There's so much left in this story. The phone man paused, looked over towards the entrance and noticed you standing alone. As if by some knee-jerk reaction, you waved back with a small smile, hoping to finally be given some direction. On cue, he left his spot and sped over to you, abandoning his colleague in the process. Huh, you must be Sarah, he said happily. His voice had a strange static filter through it. God, I'm not putting a filter on my voice. I might, but I probably won't. We'll see how future editor me feels like doing. I don't fucking know. It's very much the same quality of a phone call. You nodded once, initiating a good strong handshake, since that's what you'd always been taught to do when meeting superiors. His hands were solid black and covered in dry bandages. I like your shirt. Wait, I got questions. Why Do you mean... God, it's gonna be the weirdest sentence I've ever said. Do you mean literally black? Like, not like... I'm just gonna put the color I mean on the screen because there's no way I can say this without it sounding just wrong. Like, I'm just trying to think. Oh, thanks. I love Gravity Falls. You a fan? You asked jokingly. Yeah, I was a big fan of that show when I was younger, and Dipper used to be my favorite. You can call me Scott, he said, chuckling, his thin eyebrows lifting. Are you my partner for the day? Suddenly, Scott's hand tore from yours, and he scratched the plastic on his head nervously. Your head cocked slightly, wondering why he suddenly became nervous. Actually, no, he stuttered. I wish that were the case. This week you were going to be working with... Did someone say partner? It's the return of the voice! It's the return of the voice! Immediately, your attention was stolen by the man from before, who appeared out of nowhere like a ghost. A very purple ghost. This caused you to stiffen slightly. Your lip twitched up for a second. Indeed, it wasn't just his clothing or hair, but his very skin was a rich, vibrant purple. God damn it! You have expected eyes to share the same attribute, though you quickly discovered he had no irises at all, but rather giant white saucers that seemed to bend and distort with his cartoonish expressions. You usually love cartoons, but this was just weird. Right now they were wide, pointed towards you, preceded by a long toothy grin that broke out on his face. Who's the new girl? Something about the way he said it, in such a dark, husky tone, like he was trying out some raunchy hotline, instantly rubbed you the wrong way. I'm not, no, he doesn't get a dark, husky voice. He gets the nerdy-ass pedophile voice, because I'm the reader here. You can't tell me how to live my life. You can't tell me what this character sounds like. Fuck off, Author-chan. I'm sorry, I love you, Author-chan. Please don't hate me. This is just my job. Your lip twitched slightly. You hadn't quite started the new job yet, and already you had realized there would be a creep to deal with. Well, darn, poop, heckin' darn, you thought to yourself. Vincent, this is Sarah. Oh, I really wish you hadn't told him that. She's going to be your assistant throughout the afternoon. Your eyebrows fell flat. There was that word again. Assistant. Vincent bit his lip, a chuckle falling through his teeth. Ah, yes, assistant sounds like a great time. I hate that. I hate that with the passion of all my being. I want this to end. At this, you crossed your arms and tilted your head down in a really angle. If you had shades, you could have seen yourself flicking them down in an awesome way. Scott slapped a palm against the side of his face and ran it down, causing a loud plastic squeak. He turned to you, and you responded by staring back at his dial. To put it delicately, Vincent's a bit of a problem here at Freddy Fazbear, and the boss is working on getting him out of here as soon as possible. He explained, much to your somewhat surprise. Way to bury the lead, as Dipper once said. Like hell he is. Vincent spat, brows slanted angrily, causing you to shift your eyes back and forth between the two men. Scott ignored him and released a loud sigh. Just so we're clear, Sarah, this isn't my idea, but I'm afraid I have to take the night shift this week. Otherwise, I'd be more than happy to get you started. Not knowing either of them very well, or what kind of shenanigans fell under the radar, you just bobbed your head and bit your lip in a silly way in response, unsure of what to say. Just remember, if Vincent gives you any real trouble, be sure to let me know. Stepping away from Vincent slightly, you gave Scott a quick thumbs up in response, still keeping the overbite until you spoke. Will do, bruh, you said, smiling slightly. You like Scott. You could tell right away you could trust him, and being a fellow Gravity Falls fan helped. Yeah, he'll punish me nice and good. Vincent intervened suavely, his mood changing so fast it could give anyone whiplash. Ew. No. I chose the proper voice for this guy, because, ugh. You couldn't help but to think to yourself once he said that. With another loud breath, Scott wished you luck and gave you a few more pointers about the restaurant, tacking on reluctantly that if you had anything else you were curious about, to just ask Vincent. Before long, he was out the door, belonging in tow, leaving you alone with the purple pervert. As you watched Scott fade into the distance beyond the glass door, you heard a throat clearing from behind. Your head slowly turned and you found Vincent smirking at you, not revealing his devilish teeth, but still brought about this uneasiness in you. You two were alone together now, and that thought alone made you want to get moving. Alright, so I'm going to end this episode off here. If you guys want me to continue reading this, which, I don't know how I feel about that. just write in the comments down below if I should continue reading this or not. Otherwise I'm gonna leave it off here because this is going on for fucking ever. Like, holy shit. Like, I've been recording for like 40 minutes, and this video is probably gonna be like 20 or 30 minutes long. Like, oh my god. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my other videos. Recommend me stories, whether it's a fan fiction or fandom. I'm always looking for suggestions. I will be trying to come back to doing this every Monday. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to stay beautiful. No. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to stay beautiful. I'll see y'all later. Bye, my lovelies.